do. We women are praised for being what we certainly are not. Mothers are extolled in the wordy stanzas of the Mother's Day greeting card versifiers as being so nearly perfect, no one but God could possibly live up to them. When mother love is of the quality God intended it to be, it is probably closest to the love of God of all the kinds of human love which exist. But it is a little considered fact that simply in the process of becoming a mother, one does not automatically become a saint. Over and over as I travel about the country and speak woman to woman, with women in all walks of life, I hear the wail, "Why are we blamed for everything that goes wrong with our children? We're doing the best we know to do. Why doesn't someone tell us how to anticipate our teenagers, instead of pointing out when the damage is done what we did that was wrong? Isn't it ever just a little bit someone else's fault? Are we always to blame?" Over and over, as I talk with women riding to or from an airport or train station in their cars, or over coffee in their living rooms at night after my meetings, I have been given intimate glimpses into their troubled hearts. Actually, most of them are not reading what today's psychologists are saying about parenting or husband-wife relationships. Some are, it is true, but Christian women especially seem to believe that it's up to God to handle everything. And when things go wrong, they follow the familiar pattern of self-pity. There are always restful exceptions. Now and then I find a woman who has enough elasticity of soul to say simply that she knows she has fallen down somewhere along the line. In these women, I sense an almost unconscious knowledge that God made women in such a way that they wield a singular kind of mysterious influence over the lives their lives touch. The women with whom I have honest conversation are not only married women with children's and husbands' lives in their hands. Being a single woman myself, hundreds of unmarried women and widows have poured out their lonely, puzzled, otherwise locked up hearts to me. God created them in exactly the same way He created married women, with the same desires, the same needs, and the same deadly or blessed weapon of womanly influence. As we move through the pages of this book, we will share some of these conversations, some of them carried on by mail with women whom I shall never meet on this earth, but whose hearts and minds are just like mine, just like yours. Woman hearts, woman minds, created by God in the special way He created women. I have scriptural backing for this statement that God created into woman a particular power to influence. Not many days before I began the writing of this book, I was talking with Dr. Wilbur M. Smith of Fuller Theological Seminary. As we discussed my book, he wisely showed me that God backed up my thinking in the book of Genesis. In the otherwise tightly written narrative of chapter 3, which tells of our first parents in the Garden of Eden, almost 6 complete verses are given over to the first attack by the tempter on the first woman. The wily one went straight to Eve, and the entire basic problem of human nature, the right to oneself, sprang into being through a woman. He didn't approach Adam. He approached Eve. In the 6th verse of Genesis 3, there is a mention of Eve's husband, a mere fragment which says, "He did eat." That's all there is in God's written down word about Eve's husband and the first temptation. This does not in any way minimize man. It merely points up the deadly impact of woman. And right now, it is important for us to see that this God-given influence of woman is no virtue at all. In itself, it is neutral, neither good nor bad.